Here for videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are continuing our spring training coverage with Doug Upstone, who is on the scene, on location in Arizona, covering spring training with us remotely. And right now we're going to just do our second call about the Chicago Cubs. Doug, thanks for being back with us.
Peter, my pleasure to be back, and at the new park, the Cubs Park here in Mesa today. And for those that have been to Wrigley Field, they would be mildly surprised at the number of nice similarities that they are able to set up in the ballpark. And today was another spring training record with 14,500 at the ballpark. But in typical Cubs fashion, they lost 13-0.
Right, and that is the key. That's what we're discussing here. And the Cubs, I mean, if you caught the train of fading the Cubs these past few years, you could make a lot of money. If you were betting on the Cubs, sort of, buying into those inflated lines, they were just one of the worst bets. They've been that way for quite a while, and we're just thinking that they're going to be a bad bet once again this year, right?
Oh, no question about it, Peter. You consider this, that last year they were 20-33 in one-run games and 20-36 in games decided by 4 runs or more. And on that team, for the vast majority of the season, they had Alfonso Soriano and pitchers Scott Feldman and Matt Garza. All of those guys are gone, and the replacements, well, they're just bodies.
Yeah,
and they're not stars. They're not people that are going to really contribute to their success.
And that wouldn't be a big deal if the lines adjusted accordingly, but it just always seems that the Cubs lines stay inflated no matter how bad they get, no matter how futile they get on the field. Yeah, and looking at some of their pitchers, I mean, Samardzija is not a bad, he has some good stuff. He was still -6 units last year. Do we just fade them blindly, or are there any starting pitchers that you might hold off on when he's starting, when it comes to fading the Cubs?
No, I think you look at it. I mean, when you consider what your point about Samardzija, Wood, and their number 3 starter Edwin Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, and they definitely had games at times that were good in the bullpen blue games. But the fact of the matter is, in the games that those guys started, of the Cubs' 96 losses a year ago, 61 of those occurred when these 3 started. So, where does that really change? I mean, the bullpen is no better than what it was last year. And, Samardzija is their best pitcher. And on any team, at best, he'd be a number 3 starter. And for a quality team, he'd be a number 4 starter. So, I mean, I don't see where you look for answers. And particularly then when you look at, as we talked about, the rest of the roster, it is so weak. I think they're going to give Houston a serious run for the worst team in baseball this year.
All right. Well, I think we got it, Doug Upstone. Might be some more value betting against the Cubs in 2014. Thanks, Doug.